Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a full face of Flower Beauty that we are going to dive into. I have a couple products that have already been in my makeup stash, but I wanted to see what else the brand had to offer. It has been a journey. There are some hits and some definite misses, so if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep watching. We are starting with the complexion, and I have first this Red Carpet Secret Eye Bright Palette. This has a primer, two different shades of concealer, and a powder. It comes with this cool roller ball that is to prime your under eyes. So we are going to start with that. I'm going to take a little bit of that on this ball, and I'm going to prime these under eyes. I will say the ball feels really nice. It feels very cooling and very soothing on my under eye. I had to get up extra early today. The kids went back to school, so I'm sure I need all the concealer I can get. Today I'm actually going to focus on a no makeup look, and we're going to see how this does on the whole face, because this looks like it could be close to my skin tone, and then this I could use for brightening under the eyes. So let's go ahead and try that. I want this primer to sit for a minute. I'm going to take my Profusion, this is the ES2, and I'm going to go into the shade that looks like it's closest to my skin tone right here. And I'm gonna just start covering up any spots that I think need a little bit of help. And this is, you are in a hurry, you don't like foundation, but you think that your skin could use a little more evening. So this is a trouble spot on my face. And then once I apply it, I can take a bigger brush like this one from e.l.f. and blend it in further. I'm just not sure this wouldn't go in the pan very easily. So we are leaving the freckles out today. Now we're going to go under the eyes with it. So I'm going to take this lighter shade and I'm just going to put some on there, and then we're going to see how well this covers up the under eye darkness. We want it to conceal, we want it to brighten. Flower Beauty is having a big sale right now, so hopefully we have some hits. I do have a few things from Flower Beauty that were already in my collection, so I know what I love, but this is a first impression for me, this concealer. The sale that Flower Beauty is having, this should go up on Friday, and that sale will be happening until Saturday. I think this did a good job. I'm going to use this a little bit as an eyeshadow primer as well. We're doing a very simple eye look. This will even out any discoloration. And then there is a setting powder right here. So we're going to go into that setting powder and set the under eyes. We're going to use that same powder to set the eyelids. Next we're going to go into powder. I picked up the Miracle Matte. This is the Miracle Matte Translucent Powder. It's really pretty packaging. You pull it off. It's got a little puff inside, and then the product is in there. So what I'm going to do is just dump a little bit into here. It looks to be extremely finely milled. I mean, this is so light. So we're going to go ahead and set the face with this. I like puffs. Will it be as good as my Makeup Forever puff? I don't know. Seems to have done a good job. Of smoothing the face. I feel like I might see a little bit of a white cast, so I'm going to go in with a powder brush and make sure that it is all into the skin. Okay, that is smooth. That one, not 100% sure on. For brows, I picked up the Skinny Micro Brow Pencil. I got this in the shade Brunette. On one side, you have a very fine point for the brow, and on the other side, very interesting, is a brush type applicator. I'm going to start by brushing through the brows. And then I'm just going to outline the bottom. And then just start flicking up. Seems like it's got a decent amount of pigment. I'm not having to work to get the product to show up, which I like. Pretty good. And now this brush. Oh, that is nice. I've heard, I believe the Fenty brow pencil has a brush like this. Do you have it? Is it very similar? I do like the way it brushed out my brows. I've never used anything like that before in my brows. And I imagine if you want those hair-like strokes in the front, just be careful not to brush them out too much, because this does seem to smooth it. I am liking it. That is pretty darn good. I picked up this Lift and Sculpt contouring palette. It has a highlight, blush, and bronze in it, and I'm going to use that bronzer as well for the eyes. I'm going to take my BH brush, I still enjoy. It looks like it's a little powdery. And I will post if this comes in different shade options, but I do not think that it does. Ooh, looks like it's grabbing right there. I'm making a mess with this. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, that is not good. Let's see if that can be fixed. Taking my Haley's Beauty foundation brush, just patting that in. Looks a little muddy, doesn't it? I really don't like the way that looks. See if we can save it. Not happy. Okay, 5 minutes later, I put on some of my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. We're going affordable here. I wanted to see if having a smoother base, maybe just my spot concealing, made it uneven. I also put the powder on again, but solely used a brush because I wasn't feeling that puff. I put the bronzer in my eyes. The concealer is on, the brows are done, so we are back to the bronzer. But before I put the bronzer on, I did have this Chill Out Glaze that I picked up. Let me read you what it says on the website. Infused with hemp-derived CBD. Let's see, the shade Dreamy, which is what I got, is specially formulated to make the teeth appear whiter using flattering blue tinted pigments. So we're gonna try that because my lips feel a little sad from that matte powder. Feels really nice. I don't think it made my teeth look whiter. All right, so let's go back into this bronzer. I'm gonna try a different brush, see how that works. This is Elena Badro. I got this from a Boxycharm, I think. And we're just gonna tap in here again and tap off the excess, and then we're gonna see how this applies. Sometimes it is the brush, although my BH brush has never disappointed me before. Just building it up a little bit. It's definitely applying better now. I think it was the problem. I think the base was the problem. I can still see it grabbing a little bit right here, but it looks better. We'll see how it does. Go back into the highlight. And then we'll go into the blush. Still not loving the complexion, but we're not starting over again. We are gonna make do and see if there's anything else here that we like. So I haven't gotten into the products that I know that I like from Flower Beauty. For another new product, I picked up her Scribble Stick. These come in a lot of different shades. I picked up the shade Espresso, but these are multitasking liners for eyes, lips. I think I've even seen Drew Barrymore use it as a contour. So we are gonna use this on the eyes. This is what it looks like. Does it have a sharpener? It does have a sharpener on the bottom. And we are just going to scribble on our eye here. I like that. Goes on very smoothly. Feels very creamy. Wonder if we can wing it out a little bit. I'm gonna take a little brush. Oh, look at that. It is winging out a little bit. Good. Let's see if we can get a little more. I'm just gonna put a little bit more right on the brush there. Very nice. Okay, let's see the other side. Put a little bit on the brush, bring it out on this side. I like that. Let's go underneath. Wow, that I like. We'll take a little flat brush and buff that out a little bit just to soften it. We don't want harshness under the eyes. I'm just gonna smudge along the top just to make it a little more blurred. I think that's very pretty. Nice chocolatey color. I'm going to take a little bit of that highlight shade and put it on the lid. Just for a little brightness on the lid. And I'm being careful not to get it into that liner because I don't want to disturb the prettiness of that liner. Put it in my inner corner. A little bit in the brow arch. Back to the blush. Now I do have this that has been in my collection. This is their Blush Balm Liquid Blush. And I'm going to throw a little bit on top here because I'm not loving this blush and bronzer palette. So I'm just putting a tiny bit on my makeup palette here. Taking my little Wet n Wild stipple brush that I've been enjoying. And just stamping this on. It's a nice brown nude peach. Yeah, this one's a winner. I like this one. This one so far, no. I have a mascara. This is the Lash Warrior mascara. There was I believe a Warrior Princess. I read the description and this was talking about being fuller and bolder, so that's the one I want. This is what the wand looks like. Hair is up because Jenny is hot. So far, wow. It's going on the other side. It's looking really good. I'm getting really nice definition, length, and I have a feeling that when we go in with the second coat, that's when the real magic is going to happen. I can just tell. This is a good one, guys. I'm going to go in with a second coat, maybe 2.5, and I'll be right back. I love this mascara. I think it is beautiful. Only do one coat if you're more into length and separation. Go in with 2 or 3 if you want all the things. You want the volume, you want all the things. I did put it on my bottom lashes. I am not holding my breath. Most mascaras run under my eyes. That's why I use the Blink tubing mascara, but I'm doing it for you. I will update you in the description box if it moves. The last thing that I want to play with, Petal Pout lip colors. They come in creamy formulas and matte formulas. I have 2 of these in my collection. I have more of a raspberry red that is called Wild Berry, and then the other one I have is Wild Azalea, which is more of a blue red. Both of mine are matte. That's just what I prefer. This lip oil feels very nice on the lips. Patting that off. The lip liner I have raved and raved about. This is her Petal Pout lip liner. My favorite shade is Toffee. I will swatch that lipstick shade for you, but for today's look, I'm gonna fill in my lips with this lip liner. It's one of my very favorite lip liners. It's just so smooth, long lasting, easy to apply. And if you were going simple, you could just throw this lip glaze on top of it and be good to go. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my Wild Berry. Let me swatch it for you. It's like a raspberry pink with a red undertone. It is rich, glides on the lips nicely, really very pretty, super long lasting. I don't know much about the creamy formula. I haven't tried it. I am more of a matte girl, but it certainly doesn't feel dry and tugging on the lips when you apply it. So it is definitely a favorite. Is that a sparkle on Final thoughts for the eye palette. I like it. The only thing that's throwing me, I mean, I love, it's a little bit difficult to open the packaging. I'll tell you that right now. The setting powder under here is throwing me a little bit because there is a luminosity to it. It might be accentuating texture. But do my under eyes look bright? Absolutely. This is a, I need to play with it some more, but it is a so-so on the yes side. This powder. It is so finely milled. There is powder everywhere. I found myself holding my breath. It is very, very strong. It is hard to control. I don't like the puff. This is definitely leaning on the no side. I don't enjoy this. I felt like there was powder everywhere. I felt like that bronzer really grabbed to my face enough that I felt the need to go wash my face and start over again. That's a big deal. Normally you can save it with a brush, you can blend it out, you can do something, but I think the biggest problem, child, is this bronzer. The blush didn't want to show up. The highlight was okay. The highlight seems a little dark for me. The blush just doesn't want to show up. And then this bronzer is just, it's just everywhere. It's so messy. I like the eyebrow pencil. It did a great job. I thought that the brush, rather than a spoolie, was an interesting concept. My brows look smooth. On the everyday, would I set it with a brow gel? I sure would. I don't know if Flower has a brow gel, but it looks good. I'm not going to touch it, and like I said, I will update you on everything in the description box as far as the brows faded away, if the Scribble Stick ran. I'll keep you posted. This was one of the biggest hits. This I absolutely love. I love the eye look today. I love that I was able to do a soft brown wing with it. I feel very like doe-eyed. I feel very natural. I think it looks very, very pretty. Will I use this more? Heck yeah, depending on how it wears today, but I absolutely love this. This one, these two are the smash hits for me, right here. Love this mascara, love the Scribble Stick. I'm curious how this wears on the lips. Maybe I could put it on the lips and lighten it a little bit because this espresso shade is, you know, a bit dark for me to have on my lips, but I might just pick up more shades and try it as a lip color because it went on so smoothly. That makes me think it would go on really nicely as a lip color, and you couldn't possibly even get away without lining your lips with it. Love the lip liner, love this. I think this saved my complexion. My complexion still doesn't look perfect, but I think that this really helped blend those colors together better. Shout out to Wet n Wild for saving the complexion, because I think it wasn't a strong enough product or a smooth enough product, or this wasn't helping. There are some hidden gems in the brand. Let me know what you have, what you like. I've heard that she has another powder that's really nice. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you join me. This month is all about shopping my stash, drugstore affordable makeup finds. I post videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you see when I upload those videos. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know you were here, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.